Chapter 3, the whisper in the garden. The first bloodline, Adam, Eve, Cain, and Abel, as told by Samson, I have fought men with spears in their hands and fury in their eyes, but I tell you, the most dangerous enemy does not always come with a weapon drawn. Some enemies come with words, and words can strike deeper than iron. The garden was still in those days, still in the way a sea can become above the lurking shadow of a predator. Adam and the woman walked together beneath the canopy of trees, the air rich with the scent of ripened fruit and flowers that had never yet felt frost. Rivers laced the land, their waters clear enough to see the silver flash of fish as they moved. The days passed without toil and the nights without fear. It should have been enough, but I have learned, and perhaps you have too, enough is never enough when the heart is stirred toward what is forbidden. The tree was always there, not hidden, not locked away, but standing in the open, its branches heavy with fruit that seemed to glow even in shadow. The command had been clear: eat from every tree, but not this one. When the Almighty says not this one, it is not because he fears for himself. It is because he knows what will happen to you. But the serpent knew another truth. If you want a man or woman to reach for the fruit, you do not tell them to take it. You make them ask themselves why they cannot. The serpent was not as the crawling creature you know now. It was upright, graceful, its eyes holding an intelligence that was older than the garden itself. When it moved, the leaves did not tremble. When it spoke, the air seemed to draw close to listen. It came when Adam was away, not by accident, but by design. Division is the first tactic of the deceiver. I have seen enemy kings break a nation not by striking its gates, but by sowing distrust between its leaders. The woman was gathering herbs when he appeared beside her. His voice was smooth, yet carried a weight that made the words sink deep. Has God indeed said, you shall not eat from any tree of the garden? A question, not an accusation. That is how the door is opened. The woman answered, her tone steady. We may eat from the fruit of the trees in the garden, but of the fruit of the tree in the middle of the garden, God has said, you shall not eat it, nor shall you touch it, lest you die. I tell you, in that moment, the serpent smiled. I have seen that smile before. The smile of one who hears the note of uncertainty in the voice of another. You will not surely die, it said, for God knows that in the day you eat of it, your eyes will be open and you will be like God, knowing good and evil. Like God. That is the hook. That is the seed that falls into the soil of pride. I have felt that same whisper in my own life. You can be more. You can be greater. You can hold the power yourself. And I have learned the moment you believe that the boundaries set for you are chains instead of shields, you have already stepped onto the path that leads away from life. The woman looked at the fruit. Had she seen it before? Many times, but now it seemed different. She saw that it was good for food. She saw that it was pleasing to the eye, and most dangerous of all, she saw that it was desirable to make one wise. 3 cords twisted into a rope strong enough to pull her toward it. Her hand rose. She touched it. No lightning struck. No voice thundered from the heavens. The serpent said nothing more. It didn't need to. She took the fruit. She bit into it. The first taste was sweet. Sin often is, but sweetness can be the mask of poison. And then she gave to Adam, who was with her now. He took it from her hand without a word. This is the part that weighs heavy on me. Not the taking, but the silence. I have stood beside those I loved and watched them step toward ruin, and I said nothing. Silence can be as guilty as speech. He ate. It was done. And in that moment, their eyes were opened. The world did not grow brighter. It grew heavier. They saw themselves, truly saw themselves for the first time. Naked, exposed, not just their skin, but their souls. And with the sight came the weight of shame. They sewed fig leaves together for coverings. But I tell you, no leaf, no cloth, no armor can hide a soul from the gaze of the Almighty. Then came the sound. In the cool of the day, as the light softened, the voice came walking through the garden. They heard it and they hid among the trees. I have hidden before, though my body stood in the open. You can hide behind walls, behind laughter, behind good works, but the Almighty works where no disguise hold. Where are you? The voice was not seeking information. It was offering a chance to step into truth. Adam answered, I heard you in the garden, and I was afraid because I was naked, so I hid. Fear, the firstborn child of disobedience. Who told you that you were naked? Have you eaten from the tree that I commanded you not to eat from? The man pointed, the woman you gave to be with me, she gave me some fruit from the tree, and I ate. The woman pointed, the serpent deceived me and I ate. And so the chain of blame was forged. Not one would stand and bear the full weight. I have seen this too. In courts, in councils, in the eyes of soldiers who would rather point a finger than stand under judgment. The voice spoke the judgments. The serpent cursed to crawl. The woman to bear pain in bringing forth life. The man to wrest his food from the soil with sweat and blood. The ground itself would resist him. And then came the sentence neither could bear. They were driven from the garden. The way back was closed by a flaming sword turning in every direction, guarding the tree of life. But here is where I will leave you with the loop still open. For though they walked out under the shadow of exile, they carried with them a seed that would grow into joy and into grief, a seed that would bring forth the first brothers, and with them the first blood spilled by human hands. And when that blood fell, I heard the earth cry out. But that is for the next chapter.